It's not lightning, tornadoes, floods, or even earthquakes. Only the cold beats it. It's heat. The Centers for Disease Control says heat causes about 400 deaths per year in the United States. That's more than all other natural disasters combined. So I'm excited to share with you today suggestions from prominent sources on how to be prepared for the summer season's weather. Using these guidelines for keeping your body temperature regulated and knowing what to do in a heat emergency will help you keep your cool this summer in spite of the heat waves. First, let me explain how we get hot and what the heat does to our bodies. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services tells us that our body normally cools itself by producing sweat, which, when it evaporates, helps the body regulate its normal temperature. But exposure to high temperatures for extended periods of time slows the evaporation of sweat, and then the body has to work extra hard to stabilize its temperature. An overheated body can lead to dangerous heat-related symptoms and illnesses. It can lead to muscle cramps and swelling, dizziness, and heat exhaustion. It can even lead to heat stroke and sunstroke, both of which can be fatal. So, how do we prevent our bodies from overheating? The National Institute of Health gives us some examples of how to keep our bodies cool. First, we can start by the way we dress. We should take cool showers, baths, or sponge baths. We should wear loose-fitting clothing that allows the air to circulate. We should wear light-colored clothing versus dark-colored clothing because the light-colored clothing reflects the light rather than absorbs it. And natural fabrics like cotton and linen are breathable and help the air to circulate as well. The National Weather Service tells us about our eating and drinking habits in the summer. We should not become dehydrated, so we should drink more water and fruit juices. We should drink before we get thirsty because by the time we are thirsty, we are probably already dehydrated. We should also avoid drinks with alcohol, caffeine, and lots of sugar because that makes the body work extra hard to remain hydrated. We should also eat lighter meals more frequently. There's a website called Keep Cool Illinois in which the governor of Illinois is advocating several things to help his constituents keep cool. One is to slow down, to reduce or reschedule the strenuous activities or exercises for the cooler parts of the day, the early day or late evening. We should stay in air-conditioned environment as much as possible. Keep our curtains, blinds, and shades closed and drawn. Keep the lights off or dimmed. And we should run the washer, dryer, hair dryer, or other heat-producing appliances in the early parts of the day or later parts in the evening so the air condition doesn't have to work as hard to combat the heat. But if you have to be in the heat, it pays to know what to do in case of a heat emergency. The Centers for Disease Control tells us that during power outages, we should seek the nearest facility that is air-conditioned, such as the mall, a church, a senior citizen center, the YMCA, or the house of a friend or family member. In heat-related illnesses that become emergencies, we should remember several things. First, we need to get to a shaded area, be it under trees or inside a building. We should also have the person get cooled as quickly as possible by providing them with water. Have them drink it, or either you can immerse them in a tub of cool water or give them a cool shower. It's also good to wrap them in a cool, wet sheet to help bring their body temperature down. Fan them vigorously to help cool them off. And if all else fails, call 911. We can enjoy the summer by being prepared and remembering the guidelines that I've talked about. In conclusion, we know that our bodies overheat because of extended exposure to heat or sun, and we can't effectively cool ourselves naturally. Therefore, we should begin the day preparing to help our bodies stay cool by the way we dress, eat, and go about our daily activities. If we do find ourselves facing a heat emergency, the best thing to do is call 911 and try to cool the victim in the various ways that we discussed. Our best defense against heat-related illness is prevention. Staying cool and making simple changes in our food and drink intake, activities, and clothing during hot weather can help us remain safe and healthy. Thank you.